Now this is Mamed Kachika, which you can add on another name, Kishoros. This was given to me by a good friend who is a serious cattle keeper, who after visiting noted that we have over 100 cows, 150, and on full zero grazing. He was astonished, and he said you should stop wearing the other caps of cowboys who are fake cowboys, and you wear the real Kishoros cowboy, only granted to those with 100+ cows. But well, my message today is that you can clearly see the herd on zero grazing and then moving around in an open space. This is my own formulation. I never learned it from anywhere. I only realized the resources that I have plenty of land. I shouldn't build the cattle, shed, like a person who is on a small plot or a small piece of land. So I built several cattle shelters around. I should actually say it Kiral. Kiral is a Bantu-speaking language. Whether you go in South Africa, there are so many towns and cities that are called Hamas Kiral, Nani, because Kiral means a cow's enclosure. So these cows, you can see how comfortably they can move and eat onto every point that they want to. And the shelters that are around are not for sleeping in, but they are sheds that when the sunshine is too much or the rain has come, they go into those shelters. This is just an innovation, because incidentally you don't have really to build the cow shelter the same way other people are telling you, depending on their resources availability. Now you can clearly see how these cows, and after eating here, they'll go into the shelters, rest, and then they will start milking them. You start milking at 3, that is the afternoon, because they milk in the morning at 5 a.m. and they also milk again at 3. So after this eating, they are going to go and rest, and then after resting, that is whatever scientifically it's called, that's when they make the milk. Then they will take them for milking. There are over 45 cows here that are being milked, and then more than 20 in the maternity ward ready for going into labor. So this is the message that I want to give to my colleagues, that we should learn to do things depending on our resource. You may not do this if you don't have the capability, but I've taken this shot most importantly to thank one particular group of people. This, I must be very serious on it, and I'm not having another intention apart from really passing my appreciation. I am expressing and passing my appreciation to the Banyankole people, because sincerely I have been visited, I have been approached in my offices, onto my WhatsApp, and physically coming to the farm by the majority of the people being people from Western Uganda, in particular the Banyankole. And each one of them has come with good intentions, at least as far as I can see. These are people who have come to say, you Muganda man, how did you do this? For us to have 100 cows, you need 3 square miles. How can you raise these cattle in the Mukono and they are so healthy like this, and then you are doing it so perfectly? These are people who are genuine. Some come to my office. There is something that it has taught me about people. People who are prosperous want to remain prosperous. People who are lamenting, they remain lamenting. I've received a few from other regions, but this I will not be apologetic, and I'm very sincere. These are people who have come and say, we've come to see you have caused a very serious debate in our region, that there is a man in the central region, there is a Muganda man who is rearing so many herds of cattle and on zero grazing. And they are the one who bestowed this on me. One told me, you are now a Kishoros. So maybe the key ingredient into my point is, Is there any lessons that we must learn? Am I achieving the objective that I intended for the recipient people? Who are the recipient people of my message? That we must wake up. We must wake up. We must stop lamenting. We must stop. We should take use of our resources. It rains literally every day, every week, every month in the central region, especially around the Lake Victoria region here. Some other people are in even very dire straits, like Kiruhura. They experience extensive sunshine for a reasonable period of time. But then they are wondering, how can a man that is least expected into this field go ahead and do such a thing? How come they are coming to learn? I don't mind whatever formulations that you are going to have, as long as my intentions are clear and no weapon formed can, you know that biblical. Yeah, it can't. And how? And even if it happened, what will it take away from me? Because my message has been carried. I am encouraging people to take hold of their resources. I re-emphasize, you don't have to do Kachika level. The one who has 2 or 3 or 4 cows, you can still do this. The one who has 15, the one who is importing second-hand clothes, and they are piling up taxes and taxes and taxes on you, please have a reconsideration that, you know, if we are squeezed this way, squeezed that way, squeezed this way, is there no another way out that we can do things that are peaceful? You can simply take your own calculation that someone is milking 45 cows twice a day. The cow dung. And my principal actually source of revenue these days is mwemutunda ebisagazi. Kubye motoka. Balite bateme motoka. My principal sales now are coming from the sale of fresh Napier grass, because there are many farmers who have these zero grazing cattle, but they don't have the fodder. It's a principal source of income. I can tell you that in an acre, you can harvest 10 million in 2 months. And they're helping you to cut so that the new one can grow. Why don't we open up our minds? Why are we closed into only one area? Why can't we? I don't mean everybody. Some people are not interested into dairy farming or into farming. But we are going to see. If the cows have a problem, you will see maize. Tens and tens of acres of maize. Then if the maize have an issue, then you are going to see hundreds and hundreds of acres of, trees. So you go wrong in all those different areas, then you simply have to say, that was God's will. It was beyond my capacity.